The first sensor that my group used was the dual range force sensor, and I do think this was efficient because it was quick and easy to set up, but it still showed the students everything that they were supposed to be learning about. It was very effective. They were able to actually see what forces were being applied to things rather than just hearing about how one thing may have more force than the other, and it was just very visual and very hands-on, and I thought that was great. However, I don't think it was very engaging. I think Marin, who was actually using the tools, and Ashton, who was manipulating the graphs, were probably the only people very engaged in this activity. The rest of us that were watching didn't really have very much investment in it. We also used the light sensor, and I think this was pretty efficient. It had a pretty easy setup. It helped us to actually see the difference between like the pink and the yellow and the orange papers. I think it was quite effective because it showed us not just that they were different, but exactly how much when we looked at the graphs. I think it was really engaging because even more so than just to the person using the sensor and the person looking on the graphs, because there were a lot of things to try and we were really engaged. We were trying even things that weren't set out there for us to do. We started trying it like at the table and at the light, and everyone was just coming up with ideas and participating. So I thought it was a really good tool. This is an app I found to teach young kids about the differences in weather and what types of activities and clothing you need for each type of weather. I thought it was effective in teaching the concepts because it doesn't explicitly tell you what season it is. You need to pick up on the clues and figure out, based on that, what types of outfits the children should be wearing. I thought it was efficient, time-wise especially, because it doesn't take very long, but it will still give kids a good feel for what they're looking for and what types of differences there are for each season. I thought it was really engaging. It's fun. Kids really love using technology, and I feel like it's kind of like a scavenger hunt. Like, what's wrong with this picture? You can tap on their shoes or their pants or shirt or whatever to change it into like a sweater or whatever they need to be wearing, and then take a picture of it. And I thought little kids would really have a fun time with that. I found this app, and it just tells about the life cycle of frogs. I think it's efficient because, well, it's free. You don't have to pay anything for it. It's hands-on rather than just like reading a book, and really gets the point across of how the frogs change. I think it is somewhat effective. You can see the change, but you can't really see the time frame that it occurs in. And I think it's some sort of engaging. I guess the kids would probably have fun feeding the frog and watching it grow, but it is the same thing over and over again, so it might get kind of boring to them.